Hello everyone and welcome back to another edition of Apaya Puzzles, where today we have another cryptic crossword from the nation and our mates out of left field Cryptics. I've done a few of these now and I'm working my way through the back catalogue. These are reliably good puzzles, middling difficulty, a range of easy clues and some tricky ones with some unusual vocab and some quirky wordplay. So there's something for everyone. So let's see if there's something for me, and I'll just double check that you can see everything, and I think we're good to go. So there will be a link in the description to this if you want to try as well. By the time I put it up, it will have all the answers in there as well, so you can do letter revealing or checking as well. So let's go. One across. Center left part of 30 amazingly reveals a spy. That's a very long-winded clue. There's a few long ones in this actually. Not sure, so let's move along. Groom a youngster unlikely to go postal. Unlikely to go postal. 9 letters. Oh, okay, so we've got youngster is 9, but the A wouldn't have a purpose there. No, okay, let's try 2 down. Company in the money. Coin. Company is co, and in the money, in is in, and the money is coin. Let's try 3 down. I got involved in sexting, unfortunately. This suggests a way out. So this was obviously compiled at a time when that word existed. I don't know when that word came into common parlance. So it's going to be, this is just a way out. So this is an exit sign. I is getting involved in or being in the middle of an anagram of sexting, unfortunately being the indicator for that. And an exit sign is an indication of a way out. 2 eyes here looks interesting. Language was translated by Philip Naked. So this is Swahili. And language is Swahili. Was translated is was rearranged, SWA. And Naked Philip is Philip without his first and last letters. 7 down. Whoa. This is a long one. Piece of onyx marks awards given to some movies, though only one of the 10 shown here. So this looks like it's a themed crossword. Now, this presumably is Oscars. Piece of onyx will just be the O. Marks are scars, and awards given to some movies are Oscars, though only one of the 10 movies. Okay, so this could be tricky because my movie knowledge is not great. It feels like we're going to have 10 movies in the grid and only one being an Oscar winner. I don't think that the Oscar element of it is probably that relevant, but we do need to know 10 films probably. Expert's place of exile in the West. To the West. So place of exile to the West is probably a word for exile or place of exile, going backwards, traveling to the West rather than the East. And an expert would be the definition, or an expert's place. An expert could be an ace, I guess, but it's a place of exile. Some sanctuary or something like that. Not sure. 15 across. Wise man catches a web crawler in disruptive act. So this is going to be something like, this is sabotage, I think. A wise man is a sage, and a web crawler is a bot. So sabotage then is disruptive act. So let's 1 to 14 down. Yeah, actually I noticed when I put this in that the grid was a slightly unusual structure, and perhaps that's because there's a theme. One who works with acid extracted from sweet cherries. This is an etcher, a person who works with acid, and that word etcher is extracted from the middle of sweet cherries, so we can see etcher in the middle there. 19. Lunatic restrained by tipsy choir boy. Okay. Psycho, right? And this is another hidden where we have psycho in the middle there. That's restrained by those words, and lunatic is a psycho. 19. Where they store food or where they make trousers. This is pantry, so that's a jokey kind of definition. You make trousers in a pantry, and you also store food there. 23. Infamous Doctor is on tour around 2nd of November. Infamous Doctor is on tour around 2nd of November. Not quite sure. 27. Matriarch's ancient. Keep looking in the wrong spot. I've got clues in 2 places. It's easier to look at the top actually. Matriarch's ancient musical instrument Celesta superficially. So I think it's going to maybe be that. Maybe not. We've got to remember there could be film names as well. Okay. 24. Getting high, touch end of brass instruments. So high could be H, touch end of brass instruments. Like tubas or something? No, that would be tubas. Getting high touch end of brass instruments. Maybe it's not that. Not sure. Actually, this could be notorious. Something to do with infamous, or so Doctor is on tour. So we're rearranging is on tour and putting it around the 2nd letter of November for O. Okay. So that might be tubas. Getting high. No. Well, it's got. No, I don't think. Maybe it's thorn. No, but then where's? Because horn would be a brass instrument, but no, that doesn't make sense. So let's come back around. 22. Put on, then put away gift. Donate. So to put on is to don, and to put away is to eat. So put away in the past is ate, and gift is donate. That is an A on the end there. Matriarchs, so I thought superficially Celesta could be the CA. So we would need a matriarch being the definition. Ancient musical instrument would be this, I think. Let's see what 28 down is. I'm so in the habit of looking at the main list, but it's easier to look at the big one at the top. Oddly, China. This is CIA. The odd letters of China could be employer for one across. Okay, so one across is a spy. Okay, so that makes sense. Just wonder if I'm going to. Yeah, I'll just keep going with these for a second. Common source of terror. would probably be a T. Source of terror would be the first letter of terror. Fiend's severed head in area to the audience's left. Oh, well, this could be stage. I thought it was just called stage left. But if that is right, common source of terror. Fiend, severed head in area to the audience's left. Not sure if I understand that. Let's come back. Oh, this one down looks interesting. Groom a youngster unlikely to go postal. So this is going to have to be, well, it could be a few words, but boy seems likely given the clue. Unlikely to go postal. Oh, again, it could be a film. So this could be A or Y or U as well. No, it's the Karate Kid and Storm Boy combined together. What's groom? To caress or to tend. I'm not sure. Actually, the spy might be helpful. So center left, part of 30, amazingly reveals a spy. Secret agent. So there's probably going to be some sort of anagram. Yes, center's in there. And not left, part of 30, CERETN, you got age in there as well. I might come back and pass that later. So 5 and 25, which is across as well. Oh, that's interesting. It's a 7-letter answer over 2 entries. Part of winter caps an uproar concerning corn. Okay. Part of winter caps an uproar. Concerning corn. Not sure about that. I'm a bit thrown by the unusual structure of the grid as well, so I'll come back to that. Give counsel about, well, it's probably going to be advise rather, about 5 cockamamie ideas. Yeah, so 5 is the V, and around the outside of that, or about that, is an anagram of ideas. So V, slyly rig vote. It's just a screaming anagram, especially with the V, to produce an illusion of motion. So to produce an illusion of motion. Oh, vertigo. So I was thinking that produce was part of the answer, but that's just indicating the pointing at the definition element. So 6 down, singer Lopez in Caribbean island without father. Well, Jennifer's the Lopez that I know. In Caribbean island without father. Oh, okay, so something without the PA, probably. So the Lopez will be the singer, I think. Caribbean island with PA on it. I'm just thinking of Tijuana. that one of those? I'm not sure. It's probably easy. I'm just showing my ignorance of geography, along with every other subject matter of human interest. Organising coups is in doubt. So this is suspicion, which is doubt, and it's an anagram of coups is in. I might get stuck on this one. Yeah, that I don't know. That could be an American reference as well. Questionable money supports Republican presidential candidate. I'm looking for the anagram. Money as an anagram supporting the letter R, which might be at the bottom. And then what are we left with there? M and Y. Yomna? Moina? Moina. I think that is a person. Not sure. Let's check that at the end. 16. Disgraced memoirist outlines New Zealand craze. Outlines New Zealand. I'm not sure if there's a memoirist I need to know. It feels like it would be outside NZ and the whole thing would be craze. There. Not sure. 13. The nation is covering exalted legendary monarch. Nation being the name of the paper where this was published originally. So nation is I thought for a second it might be Ireland, but exalted legendary monarch. Is we're looking for a country. Actually, it could be an S at the end, covering an exalted legendary monarch. Why can't I think of a country there? Not sure. Let's come back. 20 across. Rescue gear originally extricated snake caught in elevator. Snake caught in. Yeah, so this is going to be EAR, probably S, inside lift. Feels like it's lift is elevator and it's got caught inside of it the word gear without its first letter, and then snake can be an S. I've seen that before, I think even from these guys, but it may not be that. It could be a word for gear, extricating. Oh no, you got the originally though, so I'm thinking something like Lear sift, but let's see what that is. So following successes, Bard drops front and becomes comparatively charming. So I could say winsome, but no, I think that is only 7 letters. I think winsome means charming. Bard is a bard drops front. that's interesting. Becomes comparatively. Oh, well, maybe it's winsomer. Yeah, and Homer will be the bard, I think. I always associate bard with Shakespeare, but I think it's a generic word for a writer, and probably Homer then would fit the bill. Winsomer is a awkward word, but I think that's correct. So number 29. Suddenly just thought that this was not recording because I couldn't see the timer, but no, it is. Alright, 29. Crib restricting access initially for supervisor. Try to find a word, an 8-letter word for crib. It's going to have its A removed to give a word for supervisor. Manager. Yeah, so in fact it's not removing the A, it's adding an A. It's manger, restricting or holding an additional A, the initial letter of access. 26. Comfortable with arms up. Snug, which is guns backwards, which are arms. 25. That was that one, so let's come back. 21. Shrinks at first treat onset of rage in apes. Shrinks, probably, well, they're both plural or S words, so first treat, probably T, or onset of rage in apes. Shrinks at first could be an S. Treat onset could be a T. So apes can be like copies or mimics or something like that. I'm being silly here, I think. Let's just think straight definition. Shrinks. Could be doctors, actually. And if it's apes, don't know actually. Let's try 30 across. Yeah, so these common sources are 5, 6, so stage fright. That seems likely. Common source of terror, stage fright. Fiend's severed head in area to the audience's left. Or the area to the audience's left is the right of stage from the point of view of the stage. So stage right is where is the left of stage compared from the perspective of the audience, and that is being held inside of, or it's holding inside of it an F, which is the severed head of the word fiend. That's a nice one. So getting high, touch end of brass instruments. Yeah, this will be tools probably. Being instruments and end of brass being the S. So then we need getting high, touch end. Loot going backwards. I feel like it is tools. Getting high, touch ends. Maybe it isn't. Maybe it's touch ends for TH. Ooh. See if we have any further idea of 27 across. Matriarch's ancient musical instrument. If that was an O, I don't think I know that word. If it isn't, I mean, that may not be CA. Ocarina is an instrument. Not sure if it's ancient, but it can't be an anagram of that because it's not included in the clue. Unless they're really nasty and they've done like an indirect anagram, but... Okay, let's come back with fresh eyes in a second. Darkness engulfs Libya's capital after many years. This could vanquish it. I think this is going to be potentially age in there. Oh no, so it's after many years. So darkness engulfs Libya's capital after many years. This, no, it's not that, but it's something light. So darkness engulfs Libya's capital after many years. This could vanquish it. Lamplight? Some sort of light. Would be helpful to get that. This is this weird one with 5. Part of winter caps an uproar concerning corn. Wow, this second letter. Wow, corn, yeah, corn comes in ears. An ear of corn, I believe. So ear something, part of winter. Sorry, I can't see the clue anymore. Part of winter. Caps an uproar concerning corn. I don't know what that is. Okay, the nation is covering exalted legendary monarch. I feel like exalted could be a reversal indicator. Legendary monarch in a few letters. Okay, so we're looking at a bunch of uncertain answers. What was 11? Oh yeah, expert's place of exile to the west. Oh, that is Alps, I think, because ALPS is spelled backwards inside of that. I think that's right. We can check. It's weird because it's kind of a hidden that's not really indicated. The definition, I suppose the Alps might be a place that is commonly a place of exile, or was historically. So one down, groom. Also, I haven't. Oh, so Vertigo was a movie. Maybe Suspicion is as well. Psycho is. So there's a few of those. So groom. May not be P, but I was thinking, oh no, it doesn't fit. Scrap that. Unlikely to go postal. Very strange. Very strange. 16. Oh, yeah, I did look at this. Disgraced memoirist. Outlines New Zealand. Craze. I mean, I feel like it's that. Well, that would make this a Z, which seems unlikely. A long time could be an age. Page light. Plight. Plight could be darkness. But then Libya's capital is the L, so no. Fight. Ferrolite. Darkness and fight aren't synonymous. A, B, C. Oh, night. Good grief. Okay. Yep. Rightio. And this is a neon light. Right. An eon being a long period of time. That is not that helpful for this. It does suggest... Ah, wow. Interesting. This one then can't have an NZ in it. So what if Zealand... Because new could just be the N. And then Zealand craze, but that doesn't seem to have any sense about it. Again, a bit frustrating when they're potentially looking at a memoirist who is going to be unknown to me most likely, particularly if it's specific to America. So outlines. There is a name that's kind of on the tip of my tongue. That's really weird because I wouldn't normally know something like this, but I remember reading a little while ago about an author that sounded interesting. Whether they were disgraced, I'm not sure. They definitely had a name of this kind of structure. I want to say Warner or Horner or, well, let's see if it was... But what's the rest of it doing then? What's craze? What if NZ is... what if NZ is part of an anagram? Well, it's a bit hard though because the rest of the photo would not be explicitly referencing the clue by the look of it. Yeah, there was some sort of controversial writer though. I might be thinking of Mailer. In which case, what if it's Nor, like Garnor or something? What's this craze got to do with anything? Well, what if just craze is the definition? A fad. Really need to get some other answers. Now this does have an I in second place, so it might be lift or yeah, lifeboat. Okay, rescue gear lifeboat, hopefully. Lift around the outside of E boa, which is snake is boa, and originally extricated is the E. Okay, I think I might have been. Yeah, I was thinking originally was applying to gear, and extricated was an indicator word to take it out of something. Right, very good. So, 21 shrinks. At first treat looks like T. Onset of rage in apes. So this is tapers. So it's apes being literally in the clue. Around the onset of rage are after the first letter of treat. And now 20. This one. Is this an ear flop or something? Let's take that letter out for a second. Part of winter. Caps. Actually, part of winter caps must be an ear flop, like on those things on the side of the cap. That's weird. I've never in my life heard that word, and of course they're pretty uncommon hats in Australia. And so what's going on? Ear flop. An uproar concerning corn. So an ear flap. Okay, that makes more sense. I liked flop, that was cool. But no, an ear flap, that makes much more sense. And a flap is uproar. So an ear flap would be an uproar about corn. That is classic out of left field shenanigans in terms of their silliness. So beautiful stuff. Now, we're no closer on these apart from having the E. Nation is covering exalted legendary monarch. Am I just missing a country that's obvious that fits there? Is covering would normally be around the outside, I think. If it's a country, it could end in an A. I was thinking Iberia, but I think Iberia is spelled with an I. Maybe it's not. What would this be? Legendary monarch. Oh, well, monarch could be ER. So I'm not so sure about Iberia because of the spelling, but it could have an ER in it, couldn't it? Or ER at the end, rather. That would be the natural thing. Is a word like isomer. Could be that. Is covering, and I need exalted legendary. I mean, I don't know what to make of that. Well, exalted, if that is a reversal indicator, then I need a 3-letter word for legendary in here. Wouldn't have to be an S. And now this would be the country. Hang on, Israel. One of the most obvious and topical countries right now. So it is, and then Leah is the exalted legendary monarch. Aha. Now then, disgraced this definitely doesn't have NZ in it. Disgraced memoirist outlines New Zealand craze. Now, I suspect it's a literary figure that I don't know. It's probably not particularly obscure. No, I'll leave it for a second and come back to this. I haven't looked at this. Sorry, this one for a while. Singer Lopez in Caribbean island without father. Oh, Trinidad. So without the dad. I suddenly thought, could it be a dad country? And then immediately, so there must be a Trini Lopez. Very cool. Groom. Could be like to swathe or something. Actually, it could be. I mean, I don't think that's going to be swathe boy. Swaddle. What's the word for groom here? It's presumably a film as well, I think, because I don't think I've had enough films. Maybe it is Bay. But youngster, I mean, surely youngster is boy. Oh, what about the A though? Maybe a youngster is a boy. Unlikely to go postal. Right, that was a P. What I had thought before was Sherpa boy, but of course we've got Swahili here, so it doesn't work. I think I'm not going to be able to solve that. I think that might be... But, I mean, in theory, I should be able to get a word for groom. What about swath? Is there swather boy? I was thinking swathe has a feeling of grooming. I might be wrong. Swathe. No, swathe is like a large number of things. What am I thinking of? Maybe a swage or something. Doesn't necessarily, but the A really feels like it should be part of the wordplay rather than a filler word. Just going through the alphabet here. No, I don't know. I'm going to back myself on Alps for now. This one I thought was tools. Getting high, touch end. Of brass. So maybe touch and loot. Like if you touch something, do you steal it? And if that was the case, then loot going up, getting high could be going backwards. I think I'll go with that for the minute. Just see if it is confirmed here. Matriarchs, ancient musical instrument, Celesta superficially. Oh, maybe this is an anagram of Celesta. I never thought of that. Oh no, there's an R. Sorry, that's not right. So that I thought was going to be this, and I would need an instrument going in here. So I just don't know what that is. It would be a matriarch. If I don't know that letter and that letter, and I'm thinking it's a matriarch. Yeah, we might have hit our limit here. So let us consider. Just give me a second. I'll pause and make sure you can see my Google screen. Yeah, okay, I think we're good. So let us look up this SAP boy. Okay, let's go to one look. It may not be a P. Skater boy or stable boy? A groom is a stable boy. Okay, so I was completely on the wrong track there. A youngster unlikely to go postal. Okay, so to go postal must mean to go crazy. So a stable boy is a youngster who's unlikely to go crazy. Kind of feels like it needs a bit of a question mark, that, just to... Oh, maybe not, but it's, yeah. And that means that this 11 across, expert's place of exile to the west. No, I thought A1 is excellent but not expert. Okay, let's come back to that. Let's use RCA. Rebecca. Ruzika? Or that feels like it might be some sort of... Or Raduca? That's just a surname. My mouse is suddenly really lagging. I don't know what's going on there. It must be Rebecca, I think. One who processed it in the Rebecca riots. So I reckon I'd back that. Oh, this probably is tubers then. Getting high. To touch is to a butt. Going backwards with an S. Beautiful. Okay. This author, R&R. Brunner, Kreiner. There's a lot of them. So if I see if it will identify it according to author. No. Interesting. Okay. Well, what about this Ardna? That's a mystery, that one. I might not waste too much time. I'll pause and come back to it if I figure it out. And is that all that's left apart from this? So it might have been one or two words that needed review, but oh yeah, Moina. Yeah, I'm almost convinced that's a thing. Oh, maybe not. It really felt good, that. I remember the passing of it. Questionable money around R. Maybe an anagram of Moina. Yomna? Maybe it is Yomna. I thought that wouldn't be right, but... Alright. Well, I'm going to say goodbye. If I find a few more things out, I'll come back and finish this off. But otherwise, thank you very much for joining me, and I hope you got through this as well. Thank you to Out of Left Field, as always, for a brilliant crossword, and as always with a few curly ones that that I struggle with. Yeah, I'll see you all again soon for another puzzle. Okay, I am back, and I have unraveled the mysteries of the universe. So, 11 across was able, being the adjective form of expert, and a place of exile is Elba, which was apparently Napoleon's place of exile, and that is going backwards. We also had, this was not Moyna, this was Romney, a much more natural anagram of money, and indeed supporting the Republican would imply a Republican being at the top. That in turn meant that I had this letter wrong, and so with the Y here I could have NZ, and Frey, F-R-E-Y, is James Frey, who actually is an author I know, although I never would have thought of it. I didn't know he had been disgraced, but apparently many of his works were discovered to have been exaggerations, but famously the book that I knew was something like A Million Little Pieces or something. We've got him here actually. Yeah, A Million Little Pieces. So, and I think that was all I had to find out, was it? Hang on, let me pause again. Yeah, I think that just about covers it. So thank you again for everyone for watching, and I'll be back with you with more Sudoku and crosswording genius productions over the next days and weeks. Just a quick plug, I've done a couple of videos that will hopefully, I'm not sure the order of events in terms of putting it up online, but probably by now there will be up a brilliant Sudoku from Zeta Math, who's a quite well-known Sudoku setter, and also a very interesting and challenging cryptic crossword, despite relatively easy clues. It's a variety puzzle, which has a whole other kind of game going on apart from just the clue solving. That's also up. It's 2.5 hours long, so beware, but it is an interesting exercise. So hope you enjoy that, and I'll see you all again soon.